Okay, sweet. So hey everyone, welcome to our team call. I'm excited to have you all here tonight. We do have a guest speaker. Like I said, kick this off and just get started with it. I'll do all recognition at the end. I ask that you please stay on for that, and also I ask that during the call that you are not on your phone, you're not on your computer doing other things, you're really paying attention to our guest speaker and all the awesome knowledge she has to share with us. So I want to see pens, notebooks, iPads, however you take notes, but I really want to make sure everybody is focused on this call. It's really great that we all are here tonight. With everything going on, it's nice to have some social interaction here. So I'm going to start by introducing our guest speaker. If you do not know her, her name is Jatana Jackson. She is currently living in Florida, not too far from me, actually. You're in Cocoa Beach, right? Yeah, I'm in Deer now. I moved like so, if you're hopping on now, if you could mute yourself, that'd be awesome. So our guest speaker tonight is going to be talking about Instagram, because she is someone that is super awesome at Instagram. When I think of Instagram and people who like really know what they're doing on there, I always think of Jatana. She is a 10-star diamond coach. She's a 6-time elite coach, so she's the leader of a 6-time elite team. She is also a Success Club legend, which means that she's hit Success Club at least 24 months in a row, and I'm 100% positive it's way more than that. But success leaves clues, and Success Club is consistency. So I don't know if you've kind of picked up on the trend, but every guest speaker that we've had on our call and all of the leaders on our team are consistently hitting Success Club. So that's something that you should kind of like pay attention to, because it's important to move your business forward. She's also 2-star in her second business center. So once you hit the rank of 2-star, you're able to open up an additional business center. Basically, you're able to sign up as a coach under yourself, which is really awesome. And she's 2-star in that one, and also diamond in a third. And she is the founder of Team Epic Empire. So I'm just going to pass it over to you and give you all the time. I know you need to leave early, but thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, and I'm excited to learn from you tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me on this call. I'm super excited to talk to you guys tonight. We're in the midst of some really crazy times. Like, what the freak is going on right now? Cheers to being able to have some social time together, to being able to work out at home. I know that we aren't supposed to like promote that or let that be our main voice, but like there's some gratefulness that needs to be there. Like, settle that in your mind and your heart a little bit, that you are in a very good position. And there's a lot of people who are unfortunately going to be in a not so good position. And so I don't know, I was trying to, in the midst of chaos, was trying to think, you know what, be grateful, Jatana, where you're at. Because gratefulness changes your mindset. When you focus on the things you're grateful for, it changes your mindset. And today, even though we're kind of in a quarantine mode, like not really wanting to go out and about, right? Me and my kids could go on the beach where there was like maybe 20 people in like this large span of beach. And we were able just to run around and play in the ocean. I'm grateful for that. So I'd encourage you, in the midst of the chaos, take some time and just think about what you're grateful for. And it really will help all the things that are going on in the world today. So a little backstory on me real quick. Mom of 2, and started this business 7 years ago from a place where my mindset was really crappy. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I lived in Northern Virginia, where people interaction is not that easy. It's a lot of military families, and I found myself feeling very isolated in motherhood. So and not only was I feeling isolated and lonely and had no community, but I also was unhealthy and slowly starting to compound weight after having 2 C-sections. And so those 2 things combined for a woman, feeling like they're losing control of their body and they have absolutely no community, and we're very much social. We're a gender of social. We like to be social with people. I really struggled, like to the point where I didn't like my life. I didn't like where I was in life. I had nothing to complain about. I had a wonderful home, financially stable, loving husband, 2 kids, but I was miserable and I didn't understand why. And so I actually borrowed insanity from a friend, And I started and stopped it multiple times. I'm sure some of you guys remember that back in the day when you started and stopped programs multiple times. And I got really frustrated, and I got on the playroom floor and I thought, why can't I complete this stupid program? Like, everybody showed me the results on the infomercial. Like, why can't I complete it? Got on my phone, found the Beachbody message board that just tells you how much of a grandma I am right now, like old school, like 2013, and found a girl who had before and after pictures with Insanity. And I messaged her. Oh, I didn't message her. I emailed her. That's really old school. We became Facebook friends. She put me in our challenge group, and it was from there that, like, everything in my brain, fireworks went off. I was like, oh my gosh, not only do I have a group of women who are going to hold me accountable and help see me through this program, but I also now have community. And so I look forward to every day I get up and be like, oh my gosh, okay, who's posted, and start interacting with them. I even set a rule for myself that I was not allowed to work at, or wasn't allowed to look at my phone until I worked out, because I was so excited. It's actually a treat to get on and socialize. And so I try to remember those moments, because that's a big piece of how I come up with content. Because you guys, your story and the pain points that you had prior to Beachbody, and obviously including now as well, is a big piece of your content creation when you're posting on social media, when you're sharing on stories, because your beginnings is exactly where other people are. And they need to hear that, and they need to hear it often, especially if you've been in this business for a while. For myself, people see me on social media and they're like, oh, great, good for you. You got abs. Hey, they don't see and know the beginnings unless I tell that story over and over and over and over again. And I'm not looking for the 20 or 25,000 that watch it on my stories. I'm looking for the 2 girls that watch it and go, oh my gosh, like, she just spoke to my heart right now. That's who I'm looking for, those 2. So some people, they see it over and over again. They're like, okay, Jan, we've heard that story before. Not worried about them. Because either they haven't joined me because they're not ready, or they're already joined me, or they're coaches. So that's a little bit about how I got started in this business. One thing that I will say, and hopefully nothing changes, but Summit was a big thing for me. It was the very first thing that I decided to sign up for and commit to, and that was huge because I wasn't making a ton of money in the beginning. I was making, $40, $70 here and there, and I decided to buy a $600 plane ticket, fly to Vegas, which I'm a small town South Carolina girl, so flying to Vegas was a big deal for me by myself. Flew to Vegas, sat up in the rafters, watched these coaches go across the stage, totally confused on what all this was about. I had no team. I had nothing. I started from nothing. And so I came back and I was like, you know what? If all those other people can do this, what's different about me? Why not me? Why can't I do this? So I thought, you know what? The failure of this really isn't that bad. The worst thing that happens, the littlest that happens, I guess you could say, is I get healthy and fit. That's the minimal bottom line of this business is, oh, you stay consistent on your health and fitness journey. You didn't sell one challenge bag, but you sure did stay consistent. That's not really that risky. So that's kind of was my mindset going into it, but I kind of went all in after Summit. So I'd encourage you guys to get to Summit. So let's dive in real quick to IG and why you're here tonight. Remember what I told you about staying very attuned to your story, because that's a big piece. So many people lose that and it waters down their message. They're all over the place. You really got to hone in on who you are, why you started, because those people are going to resonate with your posts. They're going to resonate with your stories, and you'll make much more bigger of an impact if you do that than if you start watching what everybody else is doing and putting all these cutesy things on there. No. That ain't going to move your business forward. So I have a couple rules here with ways to create engagement on IG. The game is always changing. So what I tell you tonight could be totally different 3 months from now. So be very vigilant with learning, right? We should always be resourceful. 2 things I tell my new coaches, you guys, with being successful in this business. Do you want to know what the number 1 secret of being successful in this business? Be super resourceful and take massive action. Those 2 things. That's what I do. I'm super resourceful. This isn't working. How can I make it work? What other way can I do it? What other angle can I take? And then I take massive action and I go and do it. And there's a lot of people that stick over here. They're all resource, all learning, and they don't take massive action. There's some people that take massive action. They don't know what the heck they're doing. They don't go and learn. And then they don't, like, everybody's telling me no. And it's like, well, maybe you need to learn how to converse with somebody and go do some personal development. So one of my number one rules with engagement on actually any social media platform, but we're speaking specifically about IG tonight, is you should always have a call to action. Absolutely. Everywhere, every day. And when I say call to action, I don't just mean the words that we are normally thinking of as join my challenge group or join the coaching opportunity, which you should be doing. But I'm also talking about when you post or when you're doing stories throughout your day, people need a reason to respond to you. Your engagement will go up and the algorithms will be in your favor when you can have people respond to you. Because Facebook, IG, they're watching that. They're paying attention to that. And if nobody's responding to you, the people who follow you are not seeing your stuff. Like, they're legit not seeing your stuff. But if you can get a lot of people to engage with you, IG goes, wow, people really like this post. Let me put it out in front of her followers more. Like, let's make sure more people see it. So that's really important to know when you're going to create content, that you want to make sure that you always have a call to action. Why would somebody comment on your post? Every time you post, like, did you ask them, like, what color shirt they're wearing today? Like, something. You got to have some reason why somebody would want to respond to you. I see a lot of people putting just random stuff out there, but not actually asking their followers a question that would cause them to want to comment below. And typically, you actually want them to comment with more than 4 words. So think about that, the whole drop emoji or drop your email kind of thing. That doesn't really create a ton of algorithmic engagement. Sorry, it's dark in here, and I got my notes right here, so I'm like old lady style, like staring at it. So biggest thing is, why would they or I comment? You want them to be commenting below, this is so me, meaning, right, it resonates. So I'm going to talk about resonation here in a minute. But one of the big things that you really want is threads within your post, right? Threads. So if somebody comments on your post, don't just like it, comment back, and comment back with a question. You want like triple, quadruple conversation going on within your post. That's huge, because that is boosting your engagement. Another thing, this is a little tricky these days. Maybe stay away from the coronavirus topic, because that's like, people, I have gotten so much hate over just the weirdest things. I'm like, oh my God, I went outside today. And they're like, how dare you? I promise you I'm giving good judgment here. But one of my rules of thumb is I want you guys to think of being polarizing. Like, meaning you stand for something, right? Like, who you are, you need to stand for it. I'm not talking about political parties or, like I said, the coronavirus. I'm talking about like who you are as a person. Like, I like country music. If you're gonna not like country music and be like, oh my God, shut the Dixie Chicks up, I'm like, listen, this is my jam. You don't like Dixie Chicks? Bye, Felicia. 'Cause I don't want you to follow me, because I'm very specific in who I am and what I'm about. I can't stand, like, this, y'all are gonna hate me. You're not gonna be polarizing. I don't like the school. Like, I don't want school teachers. I don't want to be around them. I don't want to go to PTA meetings. I'm not a crafty mom. I will never claim to be. I think you guys are angels for what you do, but I can't stand walking to the school. So I even talk about it in my stories. I'll be like, oh, here comes the front desk ladies. Forgot to give my kids lunches today. Like, they give me the evil eye. So when I say be polarizing, be who you are and don't be apologetic for it, because your people are going to be attracted to you. Do you have to be like a negative person necessarily? No. Just be exactly who you want. And I promise you, these people will come out and they'll be like, oh my gosh, me and teachers, not along either. I get you, girl, right? And so that's kind of what you want. If you're a teacher, I love you. You're amazing and you're rocking it out. Thank you for what you do, because I could not do it. My kids drive me crazy for one day. Another one that I think is really important, another point, is your posts need to, or your stories or posts need to resonate with people, Resonate's actually like a musical word. And when somebody reads it, like you really got to become very good at the art of storytelling. Bringing people through your post, like when they're reading it, almost like, you ever read a novel and you're like, oh my God, like I felt it. Like you're like crying while you're reading it. I haven't, because I don't like to read. But I know there's some people that are out there like big time novel. My best friend, Danielle, is a huge like reader. And she's like, oh my God, it was so good. I couldn't put it down. I was so into it. I could like feel what the person was feeling. That's what you want when you're writing your post. So I can be a little ADD and I want to hurry it and get it out there. But seriously, take some time to sit down when you're writing your post or when you're doing your stories and actually like think through all the senses. Like, what did it feel like? What did it smell like? What did it taste like? What did it sound like? What are the thoughts that went through your head? Because people are going to read that and it's going to resonate with them. They're going to be able to feel themselves in your shoes. Example, I think I did a post maybe last year sometimes that really hit home with somebody or with a bunch of my people. And it was about going to try on a bikini at Target. And I was like, I was walking them through like so excited that I found like 16 bathing suits that I liked. And I think it was maybe the Success Club trip last year. Found all these bathing suits, got inside the Target dressing room, and I was like, woo, got everything. I've been working out, been doing so good. And then I go and put them on. I don't know what it is about Target lighting, but it like highlights all the cellulite down the back of your legs. You're like, what in the hell? Where did that cellulite come from? Oh my gosh. Anyways, being able to write that post out, so many women were like, oh my God, that's me too. And I was able to start a conversation with them just around trying on a bathing suit in Target. So when you go to write, make sure that your post is resonating with people, that people are saying like, yes, or that's exactly what I needed to hear, or it's like you're reading my mind. That's the kind of stuff that you want people to be thinking when they're reading your post, or if you're talking about your story in your stories. Of course, my assistant's calling you right now. Another thing that you want is you want your posts to be shareable and your stories to be shareable. Let me decline this call. There we go. Because, and I want to show you a little trick real quick. This is pretty cool. Most people don't know this, but I'm going to show you. When you go up to your, you know, the 3 bars, can you see it, the 3 bars up there in the corner? Okay, and especially if it's a business account. If it's not a business account, then you won't have those insights. But then I go to insights here on my, once I click the 3 bars, you go to those little bars there. It says insights. Okay, and once you're there, I'm going to do the post because stories are, there's only like, anyways, I'll do post. So if you click see all as an example, click see all right here. Is everybody finding that? And then once you click see all, there is little drop down menus at the top here. And see how it says, it automatically goes to reach. If you click, sorry, I was looking at the comments. If you click reach, go to shareable or shares. Okay. Both words have shared. And it's interesting when you go to look at it, you're like, huh, what are my people sharing? Like, what do they like about my stuff? My biggest one is not even anything about me. It's literally a funny, like a fat. I'm like, oh, well, maybe I should be, maybe I should be posting more funny meme videos because people are sharing it, which is going to create more traction onto my page. So another thing that I notice is my workout videos when I'm dancing and I've got music going to them is a big hit, right? It's really popular. So I'm like, a lot of times I think to myself, those take time. I don't feel like doing it. I just want to get my workout in and be done. Jatana, that's what people like. Maybe that's what you should be doing more of. So Caroline said, is it Caroline or Carolyn? I want to butcher your name. Carolyn said mostly quotes and recipes. Yeah, so if you see something that's consistent within those things, and that's something you probably want to make sure you're doing consistently. Even if it's like once a week, you do something like that, that's really important. Another thing that you want to look at in that drop-down menu is saves. So if you go to saved, just like you did with the shares, you click the saved option. It should say saved right there. This one was really interesting for me because when I go to look at the saved, it's not my workout videos. It's not that funny like cycling video. It's actually a lot of posts that pertain to like the heart of a mom, like the struggles of a mom. Actually, 3 of the top 9 are the exact same posts. I'm like, I like, you know, that to the mom who, here it is, to the woman who feels depressed during long winter months, I've got you. To the mom who hates the dang minivan, I've got you. That kind of post is what people are saving. It's resonating with them. Yeah, mom stuff. So think about that when you're going to post. You want to be doing what your people like, not necessarily what you like. You want to be doing what your people like, because that is going to draw in those people. When I say you don't want to be doing what you like, let me preface that. I like taking really beautiful pictures on the beach of like, oh, look how hot I am. This is amazing. I work so hard on this body. My people don't care about that. Those moms don't care about that. And so while I like the pictures, because I'm proud of it, it's not going to get me the women in my life that I want to help change their lives if I'm just focused on the things that I like to post. And so pay attention to what is shared and what is saved in your content. And you also want your stories to be shared. So if you go and you look, when you swipe up in your stories and you see that, you know, 3 people shared or 17 people shared this story, then maybe you need to do that more often. Like maybe you start your day with a funny meme or something because it gets shared a lot. It's a great way to create more engagement. All right, next page. I am like in the pitch black dark. I'm like, why didn't I cut the light on behind me? I don't know. Another thing that I like to do is I started an engagement group. The group is not on a social media platform. We actually have a WhatsApp group, so we do it separate from the actual apps that we're using it with. And I created a diversified group. There's no Beachbody coaches. I have one pageant girl. I have one girl who does coastal home decor. I have one girl that does makeup, and I have another girl that sells jewelry. And when I go to post, all of us, or they post, we all interact with four more words, and usually with a question so that they can respond to it. But those engagement pods are really great because we basically cross-pollinate our audiences. So what IG says is, oh, Coastal Home Decor Girl and Jatana interact a lot. So that must mean their audience could be somewhat similar. So on explore pages of the Coastal Home Decor, I will start showing up on her followers' explore page. It's really, really weird how this whole configuration happens. So it's important to create maybe a small engagement pod of like 5 people, set some rules and guidelines, go pick some people that are on other network. It could be network marketing. It could be somebody who owns a private boutique. But go find those people and start boosting each other's posts up. Maybe not a competitive person or somebody that you're competing with. I had someone reach out to me to be other Beachbody coaches because that really makes no sense to cross-pollinate with your with other coaches. But I mean, I'll do it even with a CrossFitter, like a girl that does CrossFit. That's great. Not everybody can do CrossFit. So her audience could also work with me as well. So that's something that I have been doing on the regular for about 3 years now. Another thing that I think is really important is making sure that you are not being, I say this nicely, an IG snob. What is an IG snob? I can be it sometimes, so be careful of this. It's when people like your post or watch your stories and you do nothing to engage back with them. So basically IG is going, okay, so we're giving people to you, meaning we're showing you in front of your followers, and you're not interacting with them. So you're not keeping them on our app. So the levels of engagement go down, or your algorithm goes down and you get seen less. So it's really important if somebody is liking your post to maybe go spend some time or keep track of that and go spend some time with interacting with their posts, because IG, they definitely kind of discipline you if you're not interacting with those people. So if people are watching your stories, go watch their stories. Maybe comment on one of their stories. It's really, really important that you're engaging with your people. And obviously that can be a big part of your power hour, because even in your inviting should be going through the people that are liking your posts. I could go on and on. I think I've got like 6 more pages of some incredible stuff. This is one I'll end with and see if you have any questions, and we'll answer questions. Hashtags. I get this question a lot about hashtags. Like, what hashtags do I do? How do I use them? How do I figure out which ones are best for me? Here's the deal, you guys. Hashtags are in the billions. Like, you're a needle in a haystack when you hashtag your photo. So still, you should do it. But more importantly, you should pursue hashtags. So if there are hashtags that you like to use, like Blonde Bob or homeschooling mom, I don't know, there could be different things that we're all gonna be homeschooling moms here in a minute. But if there are things that you like to hashtag, I would encourage you guys to put that on your power hour, to go into that hashtag, meaning type it up at the top of the IG search bar. So say, for example, mine's Blonde Bob. Go into Blonde Bob, scroll through those pictures, and try to find, give yourself a goal, 5, 10, I do 30 within my hashtags. I have a couple different ones that I use. Go into those hashtags and give yourself a goal of, say, 10 girls. I'm going to go find 10 people that have a picture with using that hashtag, and I'm going to go interact with them. And I try to find women who, you know, have 23 likes on their beach wave curl because they just got their hair done in the salon. They took a picture and posted on IG, right? And I interact with them like, oh my gosh, that beach wave looks so adorable. I have not mastered it. What kind of wand did you use? Non-invasive, not weird. And they usually respond back, I just got the GHD. It's so amazing. It's a little expensive, but it works great. Then I go and I'll actually follow them, and I'll start DMing them like in a conversation manner, not anything Beachbody related. But I set that goal in my power hour to make sure that I'm connecting with new people within my hashtags. So yes, hashtag your photos, hashtag your stories. Always do locations in your stories. That's really key. But make sure you're pursuing people, because it doesn't just fall in your lap. Unfortunately, that would be really nice. So what questions do you guys have for me? I'm trying to see if there's anything.
I have a question.
Sorry.
I put this in the chat, like it's probably lost now, but if you're focused on growing your account, like I've been stuck under 2K forever. Do you think it's more helpful to have a business account or a personal Instagram account?
I prefer the business account because I can measure a lot of things on it. I can see a lot more than a personal account. I would say if you're having a hard time growing your account, definitely dig into giving yourself a goal, like finding 30 new followers every day, 6 days a week. Try to find 30 new people. How do you do that in the beginning? I went to like places like Beachy Dolls. Like, I don't know if y'all shop off Beachy Dolls. If I know what I'm talking about, am I like, no? What? Oh my gosh, don't go. It's BIC boutique online, but I had to unfollow them because all I did was shop all day on their stories. It was really, really bad. So I would go to a online boutique like Beachy Dolls, to their page, and I would go to either a picture that they had just recently posted where people had commented, and maybe they said, oh my, hashtag, or not, at Susan Girl, this skirt would look super cute on you. Like, right? Girls comment to each other about that. And I would click on their profile. If it was public, I would follow them, I would like a post, and I would try to comment on something. Say that they have a French bulldog, or say they live at the beach, or say they were wearing a cute outfit. I would comment on that and engage with them. And I would try to do that 30 times a day. So that's how I built my following initially. Another thing that I did was trying in my stories to make sure people shared my story or shared my name in their stories, especially my challengers. For example, I have a big Spotify following. It's weird. But I love music. That's a big piece of who I am. And so I created this Spotify list, and everybody and their mother, like people don't know, like, oh my gosh, Jatana's country Spotify list is amazing. You should go listen to it. Well, say they have 120 people watch their stories. Those people come check me out, and they might go follow my Spotify list. But that was a way to create momentum in my own personal following. So asking your challengers to do little things like that is really helpful to find new eyes on you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's how I first found you, was your country Spotify. That's awesome. See, you can find those little things. I mean, Kate Schulte started a trend about putting a Target card away. Go on a Target, are you putting your card away? And I'm like, I don't know, 100 and something people were tagging her about them going through the parking lot, putting their Target card away. So you innately kind of go, who's this chick that she's tagging? And they go and look at her, and maybe they follow her, maybe they don't, but you have a good chance of getting new followers that way. I had my IG public and was getting these crazy creeps. Yep, comes with the territory. Use the block button as you need to. I block everybody that sends me weird stuff. Putting the carts away is my biggest pet peeve. Yeah, so that's something that Kate Schulte did, and she got a huge boost in like algorithm and IG love and new followers just from all of her coaches and her customers and friends of hers were just recording themselves putting the cart away, saying, "I did it, Kate. Put my cart away." I'm like, okay. I'm actually the one that was like puts it up on the curb. That's me. I did tell her that when she did my call. If you guys don't follow, I might to promote another coach real quick, but I really am enjoying watching her. She's been around for a little while, but I think she's still kind of new on the scene. Do you guys know Kate? She is like baller at call to actions, you guys. She does not stop with her call to actions, but don't let that overwhelm you in terms of her stories. Don't let it overwhelm you, because when you go to watch her stories, you'll notice she'll do like 9 stories of call to action in the same hour. So it'd be like, this story happened 24 hours ago, 24 hours ago, 24 hours. So it's almost like she sat down, did her call to action. She always puts words at the bottom here saying, because most people don't have volume on when they're watching your story. So you want to put the font down here below of what you're trying to say. And then she does that every single day. There's some sort of like joining her challenge group, joining her coaching team, in her stories. And when I've started being more proactive with doing that, because I kind of got lazy with it, I signed 8 coaches last month just because I would just talk about it. Like, okay, here's our new training group. This is what we talked about in our sneak peek today. And when I talked about what we talked about in our sneak peek, I put the words at the bottom of the screen, and people started messaging me like, oh yeah, I thought maybe I had to be a big IG person to do this, and, answering those hesitations before they even get into your sneak peeks. Anything else? Hopefully that helped you guys. And feel free to message me if you have a question too.
Thank you so much for all of that awesome content. Can you hear me? I have the fan on in the kitchen. Can you still hear me? Okay, you're good. But yeah, a lot of awesome things that I'm sure not everyone knew. And it was so funny to see the insights, like seeing what's your most shared posts and stuff like that. Some of it's pretty shocking, honestly. So it's good I feel like that's something that you should kind of get in the habit of doing, doing that weekly, doing that, every couple of weeks, seeing what people are liking and what's resonating with people so that you can keep giving the people what they want to see. So I have a bunch of notes. I hope everybody else does too. And I know you need to leave because you do have another call to be on, but I just wanted to say thank you for being here and spending time with us. I don't want anyone to hop off because I do have some announcements and recognition, but thank you for taking time out of your night to be here and share some awesome content with us. I appreciate you.
All right. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Don't go anywhere. Don't leave. I do want to do some recognition, and I want to do some shout outs and some announcements and everything. So just give me 1 second. Find my little slides here. Okay. Here it is. Did everyone have some notes from that call? Yeah, we're quiet today. Come on, Canva. All right. Smells good, whatever you're making.
Oh, damn, girl.
Give me like 2 seconds. All right, no, I don't want. All right. Where'd they go? Hold on a minute, I'm still loading. Okay, there we go. Share screen. Thanks for hanging out. Somebody disappeared. It's okay. I don't know who it was, so I can't even call you out. All right, so I wanted to, like I said, do some recognition and welcome all of our new coaches to the call. So if your name is up here, welcome to the team. We are excited to have you here. And the list just keeps growing and growing as the month goes on. So keep growing your teams, keep adding to this team. Welcome to the team if you're new and this is your first call. So I wanted to really quickly kind of go over some things to help you get started if you are brand new. And if you're not brand new, this is just a review for you. So the first thing you want to do if you're a brand new coach, and even if you're not a brand new coach, this is something you should be doing anyway, is get results. Get yourself some results. Start your Beachbody challenge. Get into a challenge group. Your coach will help you get enrolled in one. And commit to your program from day 1 to day 21, from day 1 to day 30, whatever program it is that you're doing. That'll just depend on, you know, how long the program is. But get yourself results. Commit to your program and do it like it's your job, because it is your job. Number 2, we want you to practice what are called the vital behaviors. So these are things like being proof that the products work, showing up for yourself on your journey, doing your workouts, documenting that, sharing it with people, drinking your Shakeology and your nutritionals, using the products and talking about it with other people. The second one, connect, invite, and follow up. Don't just do it and keep it to yourself. Connect with other people, like Jatana was talking about, connecting with your audience, connecting with new friends on social media, inviting people to join you on your journey with you, your best friends, your family, new friends that you're making in the process, and then following up with people. It's not enough to just invite them once and expect them to join you right away. You will need to follow up with people, and they say the fortune is in the follow-up, so do not skip that part. Number 3, you want to help people get results. So when you have people that you're working with or in your challenge group with you, you are getting results alongside of them. You're helping them achieve their goals as well. And also the last thing, which is the most important thing, is do personal development. Personal development is 2 things. It's personal, which means it's for you, specifically what it is that you need at that time. And it's development. So it's not just listening to 15 minutes of an audio and checking a box. It's listening or reading and then developing yourself and applying what you're learning to your business, to your life, and getting something out of it. So if you're brand new and you've never done any personal development, I suggest checking out the Slight Edge, which I do have a free audio of. If you would like it, I can share that with you. The compound effect is great for getting started, and another one is called You Are a Badass, but your coach probably has a lot of other recommendations, so be sure to ask them or ask in the team page. We've got a whole running list of those that you can check out. Number 3, and this is something we talked about in the beginning of the call, hit Success Club. This just means you're helping 3 people, and this is important whether your goal is to pay for your shakes and that is it, or your goal is to build a 6-7 figure business. Success Club is the thing that creates momentum in your business. It shows that you're helping people, which is what we're all here to do anyway. And it's only 3 people a month. It's not hard. The more difficult you make it, the more difficult it will be. And it's just something that you want to get in the habit of doing. The more people you talk to, obviously the greater your odds are. And we say Success Club 6, but we don't mean you help 3 and then you just don't do anything for the rest of the month. It's going to make it harder for you to continue to help 3 people the following month. You want to just try to help as many people as you can. We're a helping people business. That's what we do. So don't just go for the bare minimum. Try to help as many people as you can, but make sure that you're helping at least 3 each month. And along with that, if you are brand new and you haven't achieved Emerald rank yet, that's something you want to do ASAP. It's just 2 people, 2 coaches. They don't have to be working the business like you are. They could be here for the discount like many of us started out doing. They could be a parent, a spouse, a sister, a cousin, someone who wants to just get healthy with you, someone who wants to support your business. It doesn't matter who it is, but they're just going to be the first 2 people to get you to your next advancement. And this is important because once you achieve that, you are able to earn more and a lot of other awesome benefits of being an Emerald coach that you do not get if you are just coach ranked. So if you have any questions about it, just reach out to your coach and they will explain that in more detail. But just know if you are looking to build a business and you want to move yourself forward, that's the one thing you need to do ASAP. And then also become a success starter. This is something that is important for a lot of reasons. If you're hitting Success Club consistently every single month, you'll hit this goal, no problem. But to be a success starter, you have to hit Success Club 3 out of your first 6 months. Now, obviously, 6 out of your 6 months is ideal because it's something that creates consistency. You want to be doing it every month, but you do have a little bit of wiggle room in the beginning to hit that goal. Now, when you achieve Success Starter, you get a free ticket to go to Summit, which Jatana was talking about earlier. It's an amazing event. You do not want to miss it. And the whole team goes and we all hang out, and it's in New Orleans, and we get to do live workouts and really fun parties with the team. It's just a really great experience to meet the people that you're talking to every week here on this call. You also, which is new, this is a brand new benefit of being a success starter, you get to be in a test group for a new program that is going to be released. So if you've never been in a test group before, it's amazing. I was actually able to be a part of the Shift Shop test group back in like 2017. And being in a test group is awesome because you're the first person to try out the workout before it's released to the public. You get to work one-on-one with the trainer in a small group setting. And it's just really great for your business. It's great because you're fully committed to it, and it's just really awesome. So that is another perk of being a success starter. And then also you help your coach's team when it comes to what's called elite. So if you're a success starter, you're also contributing 25 elite points to your team to help them achieve that, to help like the whole team achieve that rank of elite as a whole. So that's also another perk of, you know, being a success starter. The number 4 thing on this list is to just complete your new coach launch plan. It is something that you should have gotten from your coach. If you did not get that from your coach, just reach out to them. They have something similar, if not the exact same thing. And it is a PDF packet that kind of walks you through your first couple of days as a coach, what you should be doing, kind of getting your business all set up. Once you've done that, book a call with your coach, like a one-on-one call, and then plug yourself into our self-paced team trainings. Be on this call every Tuesday at 7:30. If you're here, you're already doing the right thing. And then number 5, you want to duplicate that. So everything that you are doing, everything that you are learning, you're just sharing that with the people that you're bringing on. You're plugging them into the same system. They are hopping on team calls. It's duplication. This is a business of duplication. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just take what's working and pass it on. And that's how, you know, people are successful in this business. Oh, I don't know why that happened. Okay, so our Success Club leaders so far for the month, we have Natalie, who's locked in Success Club. And then on the board, we have Allison Spaeth, Brittany Thomas, myself, Emmy Schneider-Green, Katie Lover, Samantha Mott, Sarah Jennings, and Savannah Shepler. So shout out to everyone who is on the board. I do not have numbers next to the names. I do not want you comparing yourself to other people. You're either in Success Club or you're not. So make sure that you are getting yourself up on this board, helping 3 people, and getting yourself in that left-hand column by the end of the month. Our top team volume leaders, we have Lauren Avon with 230 TV points. And then that's a lot of names to read, but it's a great thing. So our other volume leaders are myself, Mary, Anthony, Cindy, Eugenia, Stromitria, Emmy, Christy, Savannah, Tracy, Brittany, Randy, Jordan, Natalie, and Carolyn Walker. Okay, this is our leaderboard for the week. Our coach of the week is Samantha Motz, and these are all of our volume club leaders. So we have the 150 club, the 250 club, the 350 club, the 500 club, and then in the 1,000 club, we have myself, Sammy, and Emmy. This is the team banner in the Sweat Your Heart Out page if you haven't seen it yet. And this is where I am putting all of the new coach information. So if you are one of my coaches or you're in my downline, you may have been tagged on this, and that's just so you know where to tag new coaches so they know where to start. But if you are in like a different team page, just make sure you know where all the stuff is located so you know what's going on. This is our March calendar. We are currently right around here, 17th. Today's the 17th. So make sure that you just know what's going on moving forward. Make sure that you check the calendar. You know what to expect. You know, we have a team call next week with a guest speaker and the following week. If you're brand new, plug them into your phone so you don't forget. Put them in your calendar so that you know when to be on team calls and you know what's going on. National Wake Up Calls are every Monday. And you want to aim to lock in Success Club by the 21st so that you're not waiting until the last possible second to do that. This is a Success Club incentive that I'm doing. If you haven't heard about it, I've been talking about it on all the team calls every week so far. So if you want to earn yourself a free boost, either collagen or power greens, the way you're going to earn that is if you are a PS coach of mine or Taylor's, or you don't have a diamond upline other than myself, and you hit Success Club 5 in the month of March, your name will be put into a drawing and you will be able to win one of these boosts. But only if I get at least 10 of you to hit Success Club, I'm going to be doing this. So as you see on the leaderboard, we are working on that. We need to get some more people over into the other column so that we can do this drawing. And this is something that I'm going to continue to do to help keep you guys motivated and crushing your business. So what is new? The March Emoji Madness group is going really, really well. I'm super excited for everyone who's in there, who is crushing it. The last I checked, I think Kara was in the lead with like 14 emojis, but I could be wrong because you guys, it's just like updating every day and it's constantly changing. But the girls who are in the group are having a lot of fun. You know, they're pushing themselves outside of their comfort zones. They're doing things that they never thought they would be able to do or have the courage to do. You know, they're trying new things, they're succeeding in their own way. And that was really the goal of the group, was to help everyone find success in their own way. And I'm just really happy for everyone who's in there and who's doing their part and, you know, having a lot of fun doing that. And this may be something that we repeat in the future. So if you missed out on it this time, look out for another opportunity to be a part of something like this in the future. The 10 rounds program is currently available. So if you haven't snagged your copy yet, do so. It is on VIP pre-sale right now for coaches, and it will be available to customers April 6th. So obviously, you know, there's a program launch going on. There's a lot of things going on in the world. You know, we're all kind of quarantined right now with this whole coronavirus thing. I personally am going to be kind of launching this program a little bit later. I know it's out right now, but I'm kind of backtracking and going back a few weeks and kind of relaunching it because I feel like everything just kind of, nobody's really like focusing on this right now, at least not this week. So I'm not telling you not to talk about it. I'm not telling you not to promote it. I'm not telling you to set people up with challenge packs. If I sat here and told you to stop working your business and just like, because people don't want to join you now, that's like far from the truth. That I would not be like a leader if I'm telling you to just stop. You know, there are people out there who are going to want to join you right now. There are people out there who need what we have right now. I'm not telling you to use this situation as a way to, you know, self-promote yourself, but don't use this situation as a way to take your foot off the gas because you feel a certain way about, you know, talking about what we do. What we have is amazing. What we have is something that, you know, we can actually offer to people. We can help people in times of need. And the people who are ready are going to be ready, and the people who aren't, and you can still offer them something for free. We have the 2-week free trial. There's a lot of things going on. I know there's some coaches that are running free groups. There's some coaches that are doing a lot of different things. So help people. That's the main thing. I don't want you to stop helping people. I don't want you to stop working your business because, you know, the world is kind of in this crisis mode. I don't want you to use it, like I said, as a way to just kind of use that as a way to build a business because we can, because we have the ability to have a heart for people, have compassion for people, but do not for a second stop working your business because, you know, we all have reasons why we're here. Our goals don't go on hold because something like this is going on. We do need to be compassionate, but we also do need to recognize what we have and how we can help people in this time. Be the light, you know, be that positive person out there. being someone that people want to follow. People are tired of seeing all this negative stuff. So show up and be a real person during this time and just do what you can. Like, this is the time where leaders are made. In times of crisis, that's when leaders really show up and lead the way. And everyone here on this call and everyone who's watching the recording has an opportunity right now to do some really awesome things for people. So don't count yourself out and don't think that you have to stop what you're doing because the world's kind of in this like frenzy right now. Take some time and sit down and ask yourself, how can you make an impact right now? How can you continue to grow your business and continue to reach your goals? And how can you continue to help other people in a time like this? There's a lot of people out there who are just kind of making jokes about it and posting memes and just kind of, I personally don't think it's the time for that. We all might have different views, but this is the time where leaders are born. So decide to be a leader and show up and be the light for people who are looking for someone like that. Off my little tangent there, but offer that 2-week free trial to people. Don't only offer that though. Remember that you do have a business and you do have awesome things to share with people. And if people are ready, they will be. So check out the team page. I'm going to say this again. Last week I talked about, we have a Shakeology success story document, a fitness success stories document, and a who are we document. If you haven't gone there and added your information to that, like I am reminding myself because I haven't yet either, make sure you do that. It's something that's going to help us know who to connect with. If I'm talking to someone and they're a mom or if I'm talking to someone and they have like diabetes and they're asking about Shakeology, we have people on our team who can relate to that and have insight on that and have a personal experience and a personal story about those kind of things. So having it all in one place is going to make it really handy for you to go in. You can connect with someone who relates to that person and just really get to know your team and get to know who's on the team. And because our stories are what sets us apart from everybody else, and your story is the only thing that makes you unique. So your story, facts tell, stories sell. And I think it's important for everyone to kind of know everyone else's story too. So be sure to fill those out if you haven't yet. Okay, so obviously we know this is available now. If you haven't gotten it yet, go and get it. All of the information about this can be found in the FAQ. I'm not going to read this slide because I do share these after the call. And if you want to go through and read all the information and all the prices and all the different things about this program, you can do that on your own time. But obviously, I mean, it's a great time for a boxing program. It's a great way to take out your frustration. It's a great way to take out your stress and anxiety around the situation. So it's kind of perfect timing, I think. Like, it's that we are launching this type of program during, everything that's going on. So if you want to learn more about this, make sure you check out the FAQ. There's also a really long message from Carl that I'm not going to read. I just wanted to make sure that everybody has seen this. So that is why it's included on this slide. I'm going to share this in the team page, like I said, after, so you can go ahead and read it. But it's basically kind of talking about first of all, like all the April Super Saturdays are going to be virtual. I don't know if everyone's kind of caught that, but if you were planning on going to an event, they are canceled, which is honestly, I'm really glad that the company is taking this seriously and they're not just trying to do these things anyway. There's going to be one large virtual kind of Super Saturday type of event. And this is just a message from Carl about, just kind of how to take precautions and social distancing, all the things that we should be doing, but also just to kind of ease everyone's anxiety around the situation. So that is in there as well for you to look at. Coach Office got a facelift. It looks really nice. So if you haven't noticed that change yet, you'll see that when you go to log into the Coach Office. Okay, so sorry, Emmy, part of your photo got chopped. But our social media shout outs for the week. So I wanted to shout out these two ladies, not on purpose that they're both transformation photos, but kind of like an accidental coincidence here. Emmy's post I wanted to shout out for a couple of reasons. First of all, what she had shared in this post, I'm sure was very difficult for her to share and talk about. She was talking about how she is no longer going to be competing because her mom is actually dealing with some health issues that competing could contribute to for her in the future. So she's making that decision to put her health first and not continue to do something that she absolutely loves and something that is super important and near and dear to her heart. And I just really appreciate her like transparency here and how she, was able to share something like that, because this is a really important message that maybe people aren't aware of, that they are doing things to their health that they might not realize. So I just wanted to shout her out for sharing that. It's also a really awesome post. Like, she looks awesome. Look at that bathing suit. She looks really great. She worked really hard for these results, and this is like being proof of the products as well. Like, Emmy did Beachbody workouts. Emmy drank Shakeology. Emmy used our programs and products to get that body. So if you are not sharing you're not being proof that the products work, and you're not sharing your results like this, then you need to start doing that. So shout out to you for being so bold this week and putting that out there in social media. And then also our other social media shout out, I wanted to shout out Vinny. This is also a transformation post, not coincidentally, but she is talking about, not just like physical transformations here. Her mindset has shifted. You can just tell. And I know she has sunglasses on in the one picture and she's not looking at the camera in the other, but I can just see a totally different person. I don't know about you, but I see a more confident person on the left than I do on the right. And these are things that are important to share. Sharing your beginnings, just like Jatana was talking about earlier, making sure that people know where you started, because if you don't tell them, they're not going to know. They're not going to know where you started because they weren't there the day that you started. You have new people following you all the time. And she talked about how believing in yourself is so powerful in this post. And also, side note, both of these photos are good quality photos. Like, if you go to their Instagrams, they blend in with their Instagram accounts, and they're not blurry and they're not dark. They're high quality images, and that's important. As you're posting things, you want to make sure they're eye catching. If you wouldn't stop your scroll, you probably shouldn't post it. So I just wanted to give these two ladies a shout out this week for awesome social media. And these are examples. These are things that you should be doing. And this is why I want to keep doing these every week, because I want to not only, shout out people for doing amazing things, but I also want to provide examples of what you should be doing too, if you're brand new and you're not sure, or if you're feeling a little lost with your social media. And then our transformation highlight, I wanted to highlight Allison this week because this post was a different type of transformation. I know a lot of times we focus on the physical, and obviously I can see a physical transformation. Like, I see a lot of it in her face, but this post wasn't specifically speaking solely to physical transformation. She did mention, before and afters are typically physical transformations, and that's what we're used to seeing here. But I, like, same thing as Vinny's, I can see a totally different person. Like, if you just look at her eyes, like, she has so much more, life in her face in the picture on the right where she's at I think that was her shower. But these are the kind of things that you need to be sharing. It's not always about the physical. Not everybody's always going to have this amazing physical transformation. Some of us start and we aren't really looking for a physical transformation. We're looking for a community. We're looking for, maybe we were feeling alone and depressed, and now we're surrounded by these amazing people. So really pay attention to how much you're changing. It's not always going to be a physical thing, and that's why I wanted to shout this one out this week. Shout out Allison for her transformation highlight, because although we sometimes feel we aren't changing, we are. We're changing in more ways than we realize. So I wanted to put this up here so that everybody can remember to be sharing all of the transformations, not just the physical, also the emotional, the financial, the mental transformations that are going on. And it's important to pay attention to that. And then lastly, I wanted to shout out our Level Up Tribe Award winner. And this week it is Emmy. I just know that Emmy's going through a lot right now, and she's continuing to show up through it all. I also know that when I think of consistency in this business, I always think of Emmy. She's been a coach for almost as long as I have, And she is the coach that has been with me from the beginning, and she shows up consistently. I don't think there's ever a day where Emmy doesn't post on her stories. There's never a day where like I'm not seeing her on social media. She's consistently hitting Success Club every month, and even during all of this stuff that's going on, she's always that person that is always that bright spot for me. So I did want to recognize her for that this week. I love you. And just thank you for being, not just an amazing leader on this team, but also someone who is just a great role model in general for everyone. And I appreciate you. So thanks for just being you. And happy belated birthday, because her birthday was on the 14th. So happy belated birthday to you. You're welcome. I had to stop because I didn't want to start crying, but okay. And then anyone else that you would like to recognize, if you want to shout them out, put their name in the chat. This picture looks like super good, like super crisp and clear. I don't remember it ever looking that way. But shout them out in the comments. Shout out maybe your new coach. Shout out your coach, your teammate, anyone who is rocking it, someone that deserves a shout out. Shout them out in the chat box. I see Kara on here. I'm going to shout her out for being consistent in her business and talking on her stories. I know that's something that we talked about, and now she's doing that very consistently. So shout out to you, Kara. My sister actually said she saw you, and she's like, oh my God, I saw Kara. She looks amazing. I'm like, I know. I see her every day. She looks awesome. So shout out.
She stopped the other day right after I finished working out. I was like, well, I'm all sweaty, but I'm going to hug you anyway.
Oh, that's awesome. And Miss Sarah, too. Being a mom boss, I saw you missed your flight and everything.
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. Yeah, it was horrible. I was like a hot mess. And it's like so embarrassing when you're just like by yourself, because every time I've flown home, it's been hard for Chris to be able to take off work. So he's going with me in a couple months. But it's just like when people offer to help, it's kind of like, sure. But I have a backpack, a personal bag, the stroller with a baby on my hip, and I'm like, it was horrible, but we made it.
I'm happy you did. I don't know how you do it. Like,
Me
I
either.
look at you and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. You keep it together through all this stuff. So I know
I don't even know what happened yesterday, but
yeah, not a business related shout out, but just shout out to you for being an awesome mom boss over there.
thank you.
Making it work. All right. I didn't know were there any things in the chat? I don't know because I'm in the full screen, but I did want to announce our guest speaker for next week. So our guest speaker is Jessie Mershon. There's a letter missing. Sorry, I didn't make these slides, but she's going to be talking to us about finding the joy and the impact that you can make on the world. And honestly, I couldn't think of a better topic during this time. And it's weird because this was scheduled like last month. So the universe is listening and it knows exactly what we need to hear. So I hope that you're on this call next week at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Something that I also want to encourage, if you haven't done this yet, I know some of my newer coaches have done this. If you have someone who's interested in like kind of learning about coaching or being a coach and you want to invite them as like, bring a friend to team call type of thing, I think next week would be a great call for them to be on. So if that's something that you want to do, maybe invite one or two of your potentials, like, hey, you want to like hop on our team call tonight, especially with everything that's going on, social interaction, I think is just a great thing. So feel free to share that with any potentials this week. And Jessie's a really great person to hear from. So if they have no idea like anything about coaching, it's not like they're going to be hopping on a webinar and we're going to teach them about coaching. But I think just kind of being immersed in the environment and seeing what that's like and seeing us and our recognition and all the things that we do, we're still going to do all of that. But I think just kind of immersion and plugging them into an actual team call could be a cool way to kind of share this team with them in a way that's not like intimidating, like we're talking at them, but they're kind of a part of it. Like, how gyms have bring a friend to class or whatever, something like that. So something cool to try if you want to share it with like one or two people. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I hope to see you guys next week. And thanks for hanging out for the recognition and all of that stuff. It's super important that that you're here for that too, because that's like one of my favorite things about getting on these calls, getting to shout you guys out. So if anyone has any questions for Jatana and you want to send them to me, maybe you thought of a question like before she had to leave, just feel free to like text it to me or Facebook message me and I'll send it over to her. I'm sure she'll be happy to answer those. But I will see you all next week. And just wait one
Can
second.
I say something quick?
Wait.
Can I say something really quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to, a lot of people were kind of like shouting people out in the chat, and I don't want to disregard that. So I just want to shout out my coaches for being on this call. Katie's brand new. She signed up 2 days ago. Sammy's brand new. This is Maddie's first call that she's been able to catch live, and Lindsay and Sammy, she's gone already, but they've been on like every team call since being a coach. So I just thought it was important that I said that out loud in case they didn't see that in the chat. I appreciate you guys being here, and I think it's great that you're on this call and that you guys are doing this for yourself. So I just wanted to say that before you guys go. And I know, Emmy, you were shouting some people out too, so I just didn't want that to go unnoticed.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't get notifications that they were in there. Now I'm seeing them all, so I wasn't trying to like ignore them.
No, I'm sure your screen was like shared so you didn't see them, but I just wanted to say that because you asked.
Yeah, no, and usually the little thing will pop up, but it didn't. But I see them all in there, so thank you for acknowledging that. I didn't mean to brush over that.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right, I was gonna just do a quick little boomerang if people are still gonna hang out. Oh, cute post, Sarah. Here's the first thing I saw. I liked your post. Okay, let me just stop.